Thank you guys for being here. My name is Carlos, and I'm going to tell you guys today about the Svalbard Seed Vault. It is probably the most important insurance policy that our world can have in regards to our crops. It is a huge vault that holds or can hold 2.5 billion seeds, which will protect the world's crop diversity. Just like a squirrel stashes its nuts, this seed vault stashes seeds for crops that are native to countries around the world. So instead of protecting our wallets for insurance, this protects our very existence. So some facts about the vault. It's located about 800 miles north, it's located 800 miles away from the North Pole in a Norwegian island called Svalbard, between Norway and the North Pole. It opened originally in 2008 and it's carved out of the side of a mountain. So it's basically a 150 meter long corridor carved into the side of the mountain, and at the end of it there are 3 separate rooms, each with a steel door, and behind those doors there are seeds from all over the world. And they're held there at negative 18 degrees Celsius, or about negative 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit. This is optimal conditions for seeds to last as long as possible. The building has a flow of coolant that keeps it cold, but in the event that stops, the permafrost surrounding the facility will actually maintain the temperature for about 200 years. And it's also very high above sea level. In the event that all the world's ice melts, it will still maintain itself above sea level and it will not flood. So according to Nature magazine, 2 years after it opened, it passed the 500,000 mark, and that's in species, not seeds. So for each species, there are about 500 samples, and a total capacity of 2.5 billion. 2.5 billion is the maximum amount of seeds that this facility can hold. Currently, it has 864,000 samples. Multiply that times 500 and you get the amount of seeds currently in there. And it costs about $9 million to build. The reason we built this, or the reason Norway built this, was because they were worried that climate change might be a factor in the future that might affect our crops. They also built it because of the past and how disease and pests have affected our crops before. Some examples are the Irish potato famine and the blight that caused it. And another example might be the Panama disease that affected our bananas. Recently, Syria became the first country to make an actual withdrawal from the vault after their gene vault, or their gene bank, was attacked and was blown up, basically. Some rules that govern the vault: there are no GMOs allowed, no genetically modified organisms, no drugs allowed in the vault. No one except the depositor has access to any of the samples inside the vault. This gives the depositor security, kind of like a safety deposit box in a bank, so that only they can manipulate the seeds or restock the seeds or maintain the viability of the seeds. That way they don't have to worry about intellectual property theft or anything like that. The information on the seeds can actually be accessed through the database of the vault, which is online, and every country has a database for their seeds. It's interesting because each country has a space on a shelf, but that shelf can have countries from multiple continents. For example, there can be the United States right next to North Korea. This is an example right here of a map showing Svalbard right over here next to Greenland. This is actually the front entrance to the vault. This is a cross-section of the vault showing the tunnel and the 3 chambers. Picture from inside. And this is the final door before you actually enter one of the vaults. That's inside the vault. Like I said, the shelves are just shelves holding boxes of seeds, and each country has a column assigned to it. And all the countries are treated the same. So the vault will help to ensure that the world's crop diversity is secure. In the event of any disaster, any terrorist attack, the countries have a backup to their own gene vaults. And it's also a great example of future collaborative projects that can help inspire teamwork and collaboration between other countries. Hopefully this will be there in the event that anything bad happens.